Being an effective teacher requires the implementation of creative and innovative teaching strategies in order to achieve optimum learning among students. Hello viewers, you're once again learning with Teacher Lloyd. If you like videos about language, literature, and professional education for teachers, just hit the subscribe and notification bell button below for you to get updated with my latest videos on these contents. If not, well, that's totally fine. For today's video, we will discuss the difference between teaching approach, method, and technique, which are often confused with one another. And at the end of this video, hopefully you can already differentiate these terms and give examples for each of it. Let's start. When talking about the term approach, some might think about teaching principles, beliefs, and theories. Well, that's right, because approach is a set of assumptions that define beliefs and theories about the nature of the learner and the process of learning. This could also be a teacher's personal philosophy or her idea of learning. This is an educator's idea about how students best learn or how a particular learning objective can be best attained. For example, in the K-12 curriculum, it adheres to the following principles or standards in teaching students in the basic education. The Department of Education believes in learner-centered approach, inclusive approach, developmentally appropriate approach, responsive and relevant approach, research-based approach, culture-sensitive approach, contextualized and global approach, constructivist approach, inquiry-based and reflective approach, collaborative approach, integrative approach, spiral progression approach, and mother tongue-based multilingual education approach. These are the beliefs. These are the principles that DepEd believes will best benefit teaching and learning. And all of these are examples of teaching approaches. The next term that we shall define is method. Method is an overall plan for systematic presentation of a lesson based upon a selected approach. Some authors call it design. Method is a logical arrangement of steps. It is more procedural, meaning to say, method is the logical sequence of steps as to how you will teach your students. Example of methods include direct method, indirect method, deductive method, inductive method, 4A's method, 5E's method, and 7E's method. All these methods are procedural, meaning to say, when you apply these methods, you need to follow particular steps, and that's what makes them methods, because it is a logical arrangement of steps. For example, if you use a 4A's method, it has 4 steps. You will start with an activity as the first step, that's the first A, followed by the analysis as the second step. Then, you'll have abstraction and application, the last 2 A's, as the next steps. And that's what makes it a method. It follows particular steps or procedures. Lastly, we have technique. Techniques are the specific activities manifested in the classroom that are consistent with a method, and therefore, technique should also be in harmony with an approach. So the techniques are the specific activities that we do in each step of the method. Examples of techniques are role-playing, KWL, games, debates, portfolios, journal writing, and etc. So, those are the definitions of approach, method, and technique. Again, approach is the belief or principle as to how students learn. Method is the logical arrangement of steps in teaching and learning. and technique is the activity. But one thing that you need to remember is that these three must be harmonized, meaning your method should be based on your approach, and your technique should be based on your method. For example, if your approach is learner-centered, then that means that the method and techniques that you will be using should give more time or moments for the students in the class rather than the teacher. So, it is better for you to use the indirect method, which is more learner dominated compared to the direct method, which is more teacher centered. In applying the indirect method, you have to employ techniques that allow more time for students to talk and perform activities like KWL, which will allow them to tell us what they know, what they want to know, and what they have learned. Another example, if you believe in collaborative approach to teaching students, then your methods and activities should also encourage collaboration and teamwork among students. If say for example you use 4 A's for students to learn while collaborating, then the techniques in each step of this method in the 4 A's should be more on collaboration. For instance, in the activity, you may have group games. And for the analysis, you may have think, pair, share, and square. In the application, you can have role playing. All of these activities will allow students to learn while collaborating with one another. So that's it. That's the difference between approach, method, and technique. In my next videos, I will discuss the different approaches, methods, and techniques for facilitating learner-centered teaching. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to this channel, Learning with Teacher Lloyd. Bye-bye!